Hi guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Rata Chanduka Evans, the Dr. Indy with a dimple. If this is your first time on this channel, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, a dimple, what it is. So today I have a video. This video is basically about giving you guys insights on international relations as a degree, taking it as a major. If you really consider it, is it a good, like, what can you become? Is it a good career choice? Yeah, watch this video and get some insight. So let's get into it. I studied a Bachelor's of Political Science in International Studies at the University of Pretoria from 2016 to 2018. So prior to that, obviously, I was in high school and I had thought that, listen, my bruv, I'm going to become a diplomat. And it was what I was interested in. I really was interested in that. But then life took a turmoil because I really didn't do my research as to what is it that this degree entails. So I'm going to give you a few tips that if you're considering taking it, this is what you should get yourself worked up on. It's a field of study that and practice focused on understanding the unique relations that exist between various nations and cultures. So these relations can impact everything from international politics to domestic politics, law, economics, security, diplomacy, and governance. Careers that you can do with international relations. So you can become a diplomat, and the role of a diplomat is maintaining good relations between countries, meaning you represent and protect the nation's interests abroad in terms of politics, trade, and you mediate and negotiate on behalf of the country. So diplomats, basically, you find yourself in another country working in an embassy of South Africa. So you basically represent, you are a representative in another state. And then you can become an intelligence specialist, which is the gathering state critical information, working with the military, national security departments. You can also become a political analyst, which is employed by a government but can work within media companies or research institutions. You can basically analyze public policies and influence government decisions. You advise government officials and political parties or the media, and you can forecast political trends and election results. You can also work with NGOs and non-governmental organizations as an international aid worker. And basically, when I did my research about what is a salary, how much you can make with this degree in South Africa, with a BA, a straight BA, just a bachelor's degree, you can make about 24,000 per month, which is 296k per year. And then if you get your postgrad and you get, like, let's say your master's, and you're a specialist in one of these departments, you can earn up to 1 million, But what I am going to be honest about with this degree is that it's not what it seems. Because with me, I had learned a lot about, like, historic sociologists, political scientists, philosophers, but Aristotle, but Durkheim. You learn about those people. And when I had gone into this, I had thought that I'm going to be learning about, like, straight off the bat, relations with other countries. How do you do this? How do you do UA? How do you, like, debate in the UN? We only got to do that in third year, right? And what I will tell you is that it's gonna require you to be very good at writing essays, because you need to know to like reading, because you are gonna be given journal articles to read, right? And the lecturer is not necessarily gonna look for if you read the thing. He wants you to find your own ways and your own understanding in that. Show them that you understand the work that they gave you, but you must come up with your own arguments. So I think they do that in undergrad to train you for when you get to postgrad, you can do research, you can be able to research. And my other advice, if you're going to do this degree, is that you must have the mindset that you're going to get into it and do your masters. Otherwise, it's sometimes pretty useless, like looking for a job with this degree. You're mostly gonna have to do internships that won't give you money. So I think when you have I feel like when you're postgrad, you at an advantage. But while you're doing your postgrad, don't be dumb. Don't go from undergrad and do your honors and then do your masters and you're not getting experience. So do internships like with the UN, which is like, there's an internship with the UN that you get like a year and it's unpaid, right? So as a student, obviously, like, that's not a problem, but once you have responsibilities, it is. So my advice would be that in your undergrad, you try and do an internship, you work with NGOs, you work with NPOs, you get yourself involved already in the market, so by the time you graduate, you've already done your internship, and you'll be able to get a role in that NGO or in that NPO, especially when you're doing your postgrad. When you're doing your honors and your masters, you need to at least do your internship somewhere. Don't just be a person that's studying. My other advice is that I would advise that you do a foreign language, because like French, German if you can, because you're going to be dealing with, especially if you want to be a diplomat or you want to work with the UN, the United Nations, you need to at least know a foreign language. So you're an asset, because you're going to be negotiating with these people, you're going to be mediating with these people. So then how are you going to do that if you can't even understand their form of talk, especially France? We're not going to get into that, but yeah. Another thing about doing international studies, okay, I'm going to talk from the perspective of tax, the University of Pretoria. You need a 70% average in your third year to do your honors. So if you don't have that, you can't apply tax, maybe you'll try at UNISA, but at least try and make your average to become above 65, because then it's hard for people to get into honors or postgrad programs when they have just the bare minimum. So my other advice would be get your 70. Another one thing about this course that I would advise is that you take a commerce subject in your undergrad. They won't force you to do it. Like if you're taking political science and international relations, you won't be forced to do commerce. But I would advise for you to become marketable and get into the workspace, at least work for a government department, is that you take public administration, or at least take economics, just for you to have a basic understanding, and you can like become maybe a business strategic analyst. Ooh, English just hit me there. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you get yourself into commerce instead of just blatantly just doing both sociology, anthropology, and then you end up with all these modules that you actually can't use in the market, So I feel like if you're gonna do this degree, be smart enough to take public administration from first year till third year, so that that you can get a job, or take economics and you mix the two, then there you are okay. And then guys, this degree is basically offered at WITS, University of Stellenbosch, UJ, UCT, UNISA, UKZN, University of Western Cape, Rhodes University, and University of Free State. And if you did IEB at school and you did the Cambridge system, chances are you are able to go overseas, and I think that will give you an advantage instead of just studying here, because I feel like that side they're more advanced in terms of this degree. But it really is not a bad career choice. You just need to be very smart and analytical about how you do it. Don't just do both sociology or anthropology and not do something that's going to make you market, like you're going to get into market and get a job. And then the other thing is, I would advise that you honestly do your post-grad with this degree. It will really give you an advantage. It will really get you where you want to go, because there's a lot of people who are just stuck with a bachelor's degree. And it's in this degree particularly, you need to get to your master's level to honestly be in the rankings, to be the big dog. So yeah, guys, I'd like to wish you luck in all your endeavors this year. I'd like to wish you guys luck. If you are really choosing this degree, it is something that I was very passionate about, still passionate about. I just had to do it another way because I hadn't done my research enough in order to know what it is this degree entailed of me. Hence why I had to choose another route. But honestly, I hope this video helps you guys. See you next time.